Are you a first responder, a veteran, a doctor, a nurse, a teacher, or a Let's Go Blues radio listener? Of course you are. If you're in the market to buy or sell a home, call real estate superstar Mike Burgoyne today at 314-753-4060 or email him at mike@strikewithmike.com to earn special rates today.
A proven winner on the hockey rink, Joe Wolf knows what it takes to be the best. That's why he has the best rates in the area and only has rave reviews of his work with Wolf Power Washing. Get that siding back to its original color with Joe. Call him at 314-420-5434. That's 314-420-5434.
Hi guys, this is Erica Weston with
Valley Sports West.
And you're listening to my favorite St. Louis Blues hockey podcast, Let's Go Blues Radio.
I'm here for it. I'm here for all the hot takes.
I totally see Hoffman putting up 30, 35 goals
in a 56-game season?
Yeah.
You know, Jeff, you were saying you didn't think he was going to score 20 goals next season.
I still think
that's a possible.
I mean, I will literally be happy to grab a live crow and eat it if Tarasenko comes back and scores 30, 40 goals in the NHL in a season.
With a last name like Bolduc, he's not going to play for us. There's just something about that last name is not going to make the NHL on this team. And for the Blues, I just don't see it happening. It seems like a name that is not conducive to play in the NHL.
Kurt Price is already making his claim that Zach Bolduc will never wear a Blues jersey in a regular season game.
No.
Hello and happy August. That's just 1 month closer to hockey season, folks. This is Let's Go Blues Radio, and you're listening to Season 13, Episode 43. That is the Mike Van Ryn episode of the original and longest-running Blues Hockey Podcast. This is episode number 474 all-time. Of course, support for Let's Go Blues Radio is brought to you in part by Mike Burgoyne of Real Brokerage Realty. Contact Mike at mike@strikewithmike.com or call him at 314-753-4060 and get started selling your current home or buying a new home today. And by Wolf Power Washing. If you're in the St. Louis area and need the services of a professional power washer, Joe Wolf is your guy. Call him at 314-420-5434 and get the best prices in the area. With it hitting August, that means that power washing season is coming to a close in the next couple months, so go ahead and call him. Get your time reserved if you want to get it done in 2024 before it gets cold. So give Joe a call. Again, that number, 314-420-5434. Boy, do we have a show for you today. We are trying to save the BHL. Can you believe it? That if you've listened to the show, if you watch Kane Van Gate, friend of the show, on YouTube or anything, or even if you just played hockey in the St. Louis area, you've heard of the BHL. It stands for the Brentwood Hockey League, but we all know it as the Beer Hockey League, of course. Made famous again by Kane Van Gate, Keith Van Gels, but also it's an institution, honestly, at this point in beer league hockey for St. Louis. It's been around since 1982. That predates me, folks. Players have come together to try and save their league as the ice time has actually been sold to my league. I'm the enemy, H&A. So even though I play for H&A, I do consider myself a neutral party here. So the story was just captivating to me, and I thought, man, why not? Let's have a show and let these guys have their voice heard and hear what's going on. Like, what is their role into this, and what is the Brentwood City's role in this? What's H&A's role in this? So I just wanted to sit down with these guys. I actually met them over at O.B. Clark's, which, again, if you're not a St. Louis resident, O.B. Clark's is a staple in not only just the beer community, but just hockey community, honestly. The old Blues used to hang out there all the time before social media. Plenty of stories from Brett Hall and Kelly Chase over the years as they were always hanging out at O.B. Clark's back in the 90s. And again, just now, like, you go there, it's a hockey bar. So we actually met up there, so you'll see video from that if you're watching. Otherwise, you'll just hear us talking on the patio at beautiful Obie Clark's, and you'll notice that we are drinking in this episode, which is fun. We had so our beer of the show, I guess, is some Michelob Ultra. Good beer to drink on the golf course, as I always say. But we'll get to that in a minute. One thing I wanted to mention at the start of the show here, as we actually have no Blues news to report. Again, we are in early August, folks. Show announcements, Stanley Ponder Cup. I've mentioned it many times. The Memorial Tournament player signups are underway. Again, if you're unfamiliar with the time or anything, it is November 23rd, 2024. It starts at 11, goes till about 10 o'clock at night. It's at Midwest Sport Hockey in Baldwin. It's a roller hockey tournament, individual signups. So you just go to the page, sign up, and boom, you're on the list, and you're going to play all day on November 23rd. It benefits this year Evelyn Parks. She's the daughter of a friend of mine, Jake Parks. She was diagnosed with leukemia in late 2023, so about a year ago. Tournament player fee is $60, but also just keep in mind if you don't want to play, we do have positions available for people to come and help out, but also just come and attend. If you just show up, get a beer, get a pretzel, just show up and show your support, that means the world to all of us. So, again, Stanley Ponder Cup Memorial Tournament. We have raffles that I was supposed to announce some on Friday, but that got pushed back. So hopefully I'll have some announcements in the next week or so. But, we have some awesome giveaways, usually a lot of Blues tickets. We get a lot of jerseys, like hockey jerseys, even some baseball jerseys in the past. So, and then just random stuff. We've got a grill giveaway before, which was cool. So, again, Stanley Ponder Cup Memorial Tournament, November 23rd at 11 o'clock here in St. Louis at Midwest Sport Hockey in Baldwin. Well, as I said, we're trying to save the BHL, right? So let's get to it. We're going to take a quick break, and when we get back, you will hear from me with a couple of the BHL players. You are listening to Let's Go Blues Radio.
We'll return after these messages.
As a hockey player, Mike Burgoyne knows a thing or two about making the perfect play. And when it comes to real estate, he's always ready to score the winning goal for his clients. If you're a first responder, a veteran, a doctor, a nurse, a teacher, or a Let's Go Blues Radio listener looking to score the home of your dreams, you'll receive special rates with Mike. Go ahead, shoot some questions his way, and he'll have the answer quicker than Curtis Joseph on a breakaway.
Curtis Joseph got the paddle down!
Any barriers? Mike will mow them down like Chris Pronger in front of the net. He'll score you your dream home or sell your existing home faster than a Brett Hall one-timer.
Put past the Hall, he shoots, he scores!
See Burgoyne's real estate prowess in action today by emailing him at mike@strikewithmike.com or by calling 314-753-4060. That email again is mike@strikewithmike.com, and that phone number is 314-753-4060. Getting Mike Burgoyne on your team will be the boost your power play needs.
Well, honey, I just priced the power washing for the house, and I think we should just move and condemn this place. It'll be cheaper.
Did you try Wolf Power Washing?
Who?
Oh, I just saw this guy win the Stanley Ponder Cup Memorial Tournament and thought he was attractive, so I looked him up on social media, and it turns out he's the owner and proprietor of Wolf Power Washing. He claims he has the best prices in town.
But does he use non-flammable, non-toxic chemicals that are safe for Wolfie and our son, little Magnus?
Yes, he ensures there'll be no residue left behind, and he doesn't use any volatile vapors.
Well, this fella sounds like a dream. I just wish I knew how to contact him.
Oh, I know how. You can reach him at 314-420-5434.
314-420-5434, and his name is Joe Wolf of Wolf Power Washing?
That's right.
But how did you know his number so quickly?
I'll never tell.
Wait, what?
That's Wolf Power Washing at 314-420-5434. And make sure to tell him Let's Go Blues Radio sent you.
And now, back to Let's Go Blues Radio, the longest running St. Louis Blues podcast with Price, Ponder, and Day.
And welcome back from break. I am sitting here talking with two players from the BHL, current BHL. It's still here. So we've got Caleb Hahn right? Am I saying your name
Yes,
right?
you are.
Caleb Hahn,
Yes, you
all
are.
right, and Joel Kruse, 2 players in the BHL. First of all, what position do you guys play?
Well, I'm a goalie for my
Okay.
team.
How about you?
Center, forward.
Center, forward. Okay. What team do you play on?
I play for the Blades of Steel.
Very nice. Very nice. How about you?
Played for the Mamas on Sunday and the Cougs on Thursday. So I
The
played-
Mamas.
Yeah,
That's
Mamas
a name.
on the Hill.
Mamas
Yeah.
on the Hill. Very cool. All right, so clearly we're not here just to talk about men's league hockey, which, we can do that plenty. There is a little bit of an issue with your league, the BHL. So, yeah, tell me a little bit about what's going on with the BHL. And first of all, for those who don't know, I'd like to hear about the history of the BHL and why it's so important in the St. Louis area.
Well, so the BHL has been around since 1981. We're going, 43 years now. I've been personally playing the league for about 13 years in a row now. I used to play with it back in the day from 2003 to 2006. Joel's been playing the league for about over 20 years for multiple different teams, different nights. And then obviously as of 10 days ago, we got some news that the league was going to no longer exist with relatively short notice involved on that.
No notice. Yeah.
So where are you guys at in your current season?
So we are, we're eight games in. There's, 2 games left, and then there's playoffs.
So you're talking new season starting in 4 weeks?
If the new season would have started back up, a little bit longer if we got the playoffs,
right.
The new season would have started in mid-September, like September 16th.
And here we are, early August, and you guys are basically, and not even officially getting word. You guys just heard through the grapevine that your league was going away.
Correct. There was rumors throughout the year that, there was a possibility that they were going to get rid of the league. We didn't know who was going to buy it up or anything like that. But we asked the questions. We were kind of, it's kind of pussyfooted around a little bit where we weren't really getting straight answers. But then, all of a sudden we get that notice with 10 days left, and we're kind of just potentially not without a league.
Yeah. That's crazy. So you started a Facebook group.
Correct.
Tell me about the Facebook group and how many people you have involved.
So I wanted to start to Save the BHL, just kind of get the word out there. Pretty much what I'm trying to get across here is it's a local league. It's ran by the city of Brentwood. It's been running it for over 4 decades. And just for it all of a sudden just to go away with little notice, with lack of transparency from the league director, Brad Barboa, where we could have potentially had the opportunity to buy the ice on the league ourselves.
No option to be involved in the decision.
Correct. And we were just kind of, honestly lied to throughout the whole summer. And now we're in a spot now where we may not even have a place to play or we do, but we have limited options available.
Yeah.
And it's mainly not just that; it's just more that this is kind of an institution.
Yeah,
it's a tight-knit community. Like you got a team in the background here having drinks right now that come over here after a game that we do on a regular basis. This is our thing. Our routine is going to the game, playing there, being competitive, coming here, shooting the shit with your boys.
Yep.
Enjoying the camaraderie.
Exactly.
Yeah, I totally get that. Yeah. So, and again, talking about friendships, teammates, obviously that's all important, but, we're sitting here right now at the great patio O.B. Clark's, which is right down the road from Brentwood Ice Rink. Talk to me a little bit about what they think. I know you've talked to people in the community, not just at O.B. Clark's, but what are their thoughts on all this?
I've talked to Jimmy. Jimmy's one of the owners, Jimmy and Joe O'Brien, and I'm not sure how long Obi's been around for a very long time.
Yeah.
The 80s Blues, I think, hung out here.
And we're literally on the deck where they did the 2019. They had the cup right over there.
Yep.
For a whole massive crowd. So there's a
and a shirtless Pat Maroon.
Yes, exactly. And this is a hockey bar.
Yeah.
This is like if you hear O.B. Clark's, it's hockey oriented.
Yep.
So when you're right next to the rink, you got 19 teams from the 2 different leagues that are getting that are going away. Where we come up here and we patronize a local business.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking anywhere from 350 to 400 players who just got everything swiped out from under their feet.
Yeah.
Like if I actually kept track of all my bills from O.B. Clark, I'd probably drop at least a couple $1,000s a year.
Don't make me start thinking about how much I'm spending at bars.
But again, just come up here patronizing it, and then now O.B. Clark's. They lose that revenue because you got guys coming up here spending it on a regular basis. They've sponsored a team in the league since its inception in '81.
Yeah.
And they still do. They still have the team on Thursdays, and they always come up here after every single game.
Yeah.
You got the same bartenders, you got the same waiter that always waits on us all the time. and then all of a sudden now it's gone.
So not only is your league that brings people to Brentwood, and we were talking inside about how it's not just going to Obie Clark's and spending money on beer and food. It's you're driving into Brentwood, you're spending money at the gas station, you're maybe getting a drink before the game, you're maybe getting a case of beer to drink after for whatever reason. So you're in the community spending money even if you're not a resident of Brentwood, and all that money is now going to be gone away because, as you've mentioned, and people know that listen to the show, I play for H&A. And H&A is a St. Louis area league that plays all over. So they're selling, from what we understand, they're selling that ice time to H&A. And the problem with and this is how I interpret it, when we hang out at H&A, since we don't have one rink we go to, we don't just go to one bar after. Yeah. We all just say it's easier to just get a case of beer and hang out in the parking lot. Yep. So I'm telling you right now, if H&A comes in here on those time slots,
local businesses will suffer.
Yeah, you're not going to get the people coming into Obie Clark's. You're not going to get the people that are stopping at the gas station because it's right next to the rink. Because we're coming from everywhere.
You lose that heart of hockey in the city of Brentwood. Yeah, this is one of the major arteries around here, besides Chesterfield, besides Se13.
Yep.
There's not that many options for hockey.
Yeah.
So if this league does happen to go away and the ice time is sold away and it's gone, what happens to the players of the BHL?
Well, I've talked to a lot of the, we both have talked to a lot of the captains from Sundays and Thursdays. None of us have the really desire to play H&A.
No.
It's a little bit less than $9,000 to play 20 games. The other option is Se13, which we've played in it one time. Their pricing keeps going up up every time.
When you talk to the other players, they don't want to play H&A because it's H&A. They don't want to play the H&A because you're playing different rinks, different days, different times.
Yes.
That doesn't work for people's families.
It's like travel hockey to a certain extent. You have matching jerseys, home and away. You have to have matching socks. It's just more. It's very organized. But a lot of us, we have family.
That's okay.
We got kids.
It's okay with organized hockey.
Yeah, we want to play our hockey. We want to go to the bar. We want to shoot the shit, talk trash to our buddies. And then go home and then start our work and start
a friendly competition every week, and you see the same people week after week. You get to know them, and this has been 20 years of us playing in this league with our friends, even though we compete with them every week.
Oh, and there's times, like I was telling you earlier, like with Patrick Roy, who he has a game right now. Yeah. Me and him, we're both goalies. We're both in our 40s. We both run our team. And when we first started playing against each other, we did not like each other. We could not stand each other because we're competitive. And then we start to, because his team and I were both usually towards the top. We always play each other in the playoffs. And there was obviously heated battles. Things, obviously can get occasionally out of control on the ice. But we just really didn't like each other. Then all of a sudden, like after a couple of years of playing with each other, then we talked one time at Obie Clark's, where I think apparently he said I started. I thought he started it. But we sent somebody a blowjob shot. And then all of a sudden it was just like a funny thing. And then all of a sudden we start talking. We're the same damn person. We're the same people.
Yep.
We just like to compete, and that's where it brings people together. Even though, like from
you're
competition,
out there joking around with each other on the ice, having fun because you're familiar.
And a lot of us, I would say, like 90% of my friends I've met through my team or through the league. Like I would not have known Joel unless it was for the league. All the guys behind us, I played with all of them on my team or against them, one way or another. A lot of us gone to each other's weddings. We have like this relationship off the ice. Like I've done out-of-town tournaments where I brought in guys from other teams, and that's kind of mended the league a little bit. Yeah. And the league is a really we have 11 teams on Sunday and then 8 teams on Thursday. Like, if you look around on the other leagues around here, that's the biggest. 11 is the biggest league, I think, in St. Louis.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden we're going to have 19 teams maybe looking for a spot to play, but I don't think any of them have the desire to go play at St.
On both of my teams, when they talk about it, the first thing they say is, I'm just going to hang them up. I don't know where to go.
Or
we're not going to go play
H&A. Scrimmage skate. A lot of guys have their morning skates.
A lot of the players in the BHL are just going to disappear.
Yeah. So not only are they taking away business from local businesses if they do this, potentially, we're also taking hockey away from people, which is the worst crime there could ever be.
I trust me. I'm hanging in there. I'm 42. I'd love to do this until I'm 50 in this league, and it's an 18 and over league.
Right.
We got a gentleman over there. I know his kids are right behind us. He's 62, still playing in the league, and he plays
still enjoying it.
Yes. And then he is always, and trust me, he gives me hell every time if I don't go to Lee Parks with him. After the game, I'm like, hey, I got to get up in the morning. I'm like, dude, come on. It's just a drink. Let's go. I'm like, it's 10:30. I'm like, and finally, I'm like, yeah, let's go.
All right. Got to do it, right?
Yeah, but at the end of the day, this is a league that's been around for 40 years.
Right.
You need to give players a part of the decision process.
Correct.
So let me ask you, if they were looking into, and this is Brentwood Ice Rink, you mentioned a gentleman by the name of Brad. Mm-hmm. If Brad would have done it correctly, how would this have gone the way that you think it should have
mainly
gone?
like this, obviously transparency. There was none.
Yes.
You know, we've shown interest of wanting to run the league ourselves. You know, myself and Patrick kind of like headed this, little movement here to where like all the captains are on the page. We all would have had no problems splitting the duties, running the league ourselves, still giving the rink their money, still making their money, still giving them to go back on getting the Parks and Recreation their money and everything, and still running the league without selling it to an outside company. We were never even given that opportunity. And that's where obviously all the frustration is coming from, where you just swoop the rug out from under us, and we don't have any place to play.
Yeah.
So why do you think this gentleman from the Brentwood, I guess, city, whatever you call it?
I forget his exact title.
So what's the benefit for him?
Well, it's less work. The rink still gets their money from H&A, and they don't have to run the league. And they've had, so when I joined the league in 2012, he was the main guy running it. He ran it for a little while, and then a gentleman by the name of Al Cross ran it. Did a great job. He moved on, got a job at, I think it was Worldwide Technologies, and then another girl named Allison Kroger took over. She did an amazing job, but her and Brad used to share offices. So she can bounce ideas off, and so she ran it very efficiently. She moved on to another, I think she went to another Parks and Rec area since then. But then since that, Brad, I believe he got a promotion. He's not at the rink. He's at, he's probably at the regular building at Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
So the girls that have taken over have had really zero guidance. Exactly. They're just kind of thrown to the wolves.
Zero guidance, zero oversight. They were not set up for success from the beginning. And you can see that reverberate through the league.
Yeah.
The years that started happening, everybody was just throwing their hands up saying, what is going on?
How many games we had? There's no scorekeeper, there was no refs.
Yes.
There's no Zamboni driver.
There's nothing worse than showing up
and
not.
Dressed up.
Yeah, and you realize, there's no refs here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the worst.
So that happened a lot. It's happened a lot recently. Like they stopped doing sign-in sheets. They stopped doing a lot of the things were just like very basic things. And obviously, who's to blame? It's the person up top. It's the person running the league, and that's important. And it's Brad at this point.
Well, and not supporting the people directly involved, and that's what's leading to the demise and downfall of the BHL. Are those that are in charge that are making decisions unilaterally for the players?
Yeah.
And it's the players who should have the ownership.
We just never got obviously our shake at it. We didn't really get our opinion. It was not thought about at all.
Yes.
It was more right now. It just seems more about having less responsibility.
Yeah.
And then H&A buying it. Compared to all the other ice around town, Brentwood has some relatively inexpensive ice. So H&A buying it.
But on the face of it,
a little bit.
when you look at it from his perspective, yes, it's the easy decision. But the easy decision isn't always the right decision.
Right. Especially when you work for a government. You're in a government position.
You're there
You should
for
be
your
looking
people.
out for the people.
Exactly.
And so right now it seems like this might be a profit decision, which nobody living in a city wants to hear. So outside of the Facebook group, which we mentioned, again, it's called Save the BHL.
Save the BHL. We got about, I think it's 256 members. We're trying to spread it as much as we can.
So outside of that, what else are you doing to try and actually save the BHL?
So just trying to get on, obviously, certain podcasts. I just had a conversation, honestly, before we got on here. He called me back, Brody Federico.
What a name drop that was.
Well, he's he's friends with my in-laws. I've had a relationship with him over the years.
He's a friend of the show.
Yeah, and he's just an amazing guy. I'm just trying to get his advice on what we can do to get our, just spread the word as much as we can.
Really, you don't know the negative impact this will have on the community over a period of 5 or 10 years,
right?
Just for the city of Brentwood and for hockey in St. Louis.
Yes.
You know, it's a very short-sighted decision, and that's what hurts everyone.
Yep.
Not just the players in St. Louis, but the city of Brentwood.
Yep. Agreed. So are you going to like any alderman meetings? Like, what are you guys doing?
There's an alder meeting coming up, I believe, in 2 or 3 weeks, and then the main city council meeting got pushed off to August 29th at 6 p.m. That's what we're planning on attending to honestly, potentially plead our case on this. And then
so if you're a BHL player, would say that date again?
August 29th,
August
6 o'clock.
29th at 6 o'clock, and is that at the main city hall?
Correct.
Okay, so if you're a BHL player or you just want to come out and show support, that might be the way to do it. Anything else? Have you guys been making phone calls? Like, what's the whole behind the scenes?
We're networking as much as possible.
Okay.
It's going to take getting people who know the heart of hockey in St. Louis and getting them involved.
Well, that's the show. Look,
power by numbers.
Yeah, and Patrick's been talking to some of the H&A guys, trying to get their, if they can potentially realize what they're doing, if they can potentially just say, you know what, backing out of the deal would obviously be ideal for everybody involved, but just trying to get the name out there where they're realizing that what they're doing is killing something that's been around for 4 decades.
Yeah, you need
just for an outside source to have an extra night of hockey.
Let's have
better
some
ice
respect.
times.
At the end of it, you need to have respect for a league that's been around for 40 years instead of
It's
just jumping in
the
and
oldest
picking them
men's
out.
league. Like, think about even other sports. You think any other sports league, the men's league, everybody's obviously, what was there a saying? Keith Van Gel's a guy that plays on our Thursday. He
and
always
a friend
had
of the show.
Yeah, and he had his little podcast that he did, or no, the little show he did. It was kind of a joke on the league, but it's still like a fun thing where he did. And he always said, all roads lead to the BHL.
Yep.
It was just a fun thing. Like it meant beer league hockey, but with Brentwood hockey, yeah, like eventually you're gonna get to a certain point in your career where you don't want to stop playing hockey. You can't play at that high level, and you want somewhere to play. And Brentwood has some high level hockey for men's league.
Yep.
Versus what's out there.
Yep, I hear you. That's very. And Keith, I believe, said that exact line on our show. He even said, "All roads lead to the BHL," and I'm like, you're damn right it does, because I know I realized early on I'm going to be a beer league player.
Yeah. Like it's just, eventually you're not going to be able to keep up with everything, and you got to find a place to play.
And like you said, I mean, this is one of the oldest institutions in hockey, probably in the entire Midwest. Yeah. Obviously can't make that claim. I don't know for sure, but I think I saw 1982.
81.
81.
There used to be there was a checking league on Monday nights here, like back in the day. When I played in 2004, when the strike was going on, we had NHL Blues players on each team. Like Jackman was coming off his Rookie of the Year season. He was on our team. Jamal Mayers, Keith Kachuk. That's where they went to keep in condition to at least keep up with it. So that's, it's got to say something a little bit about the league. I know a long time ago, but still, it's just a statement.
Yeah.
You talk to guys in hockey around this area, and you say BHL, they know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, I used to work for Total Hockey back in the day, and I remember one guy came in and said BHL, and everybody was like, oh yeah, Brentwood. Everybody knew what that league was.
But part of that is there's a wait list. Teams do not leave the league. Once you're in the league, you stay.
Yeah.
So there's a wait list. It's a highly desirable league to be in because the competition is so good.
It's fun. And then even the relationships that come between other teams. Like if you look at our standings, everything's tight in there. It's just a fun game. Nobody's getting killed out there. You're not winning a game by 9 or 10 goals.
No.
It's fun competition, but it's tight, which makes it even more fun.
It's even.
Yeah.
That just speaks to the league because it's been around for so long. Everybody knows what you're getting when you come into the league, and everybody plays well.
Yeah.
Think about how upset it was whenever the Celtics missed their spot, and they all of a sudden say, "Oh, you're out of the league." And then the fact that Paulie, who's sitting over there, had to go to Brad and go to all this stuff to get him back in the league. That just shows you how much
part of the
meant
disorganization involved with current leadership.
Yeah,
that's what the problem. I feel bad for those who are actively in the seats trying to get the league to run because they've got no guidance. They don't know what to do because they've had no training to do it well.
Yeah.
We're at the point where we're offering to take it off your plate and run it ourselves.
Yes.
Like, so you're getting your money. We're still going to be USA Hockey certified.
Yeah.
We would take on everything. You'd have your money. We would provide the scorekeeper. USA Hockey provides the rest. It runs itself at that point. Then you
it
don't
provides
have to worry
the same
about
benefit in the end, if not more benefit, for the city of Brentwood, the people of the BHL. No offense to H&A.
No offense taken.
It's just not for that league's not for everybody.
Yeah.
No, it's not. And I'll tell you, I mean, as somebody who plays in the H&A, I've played it in about 7 years now, and I'm the captain of my team, so I feel like I always have to be there. It is, at first, it was intriguing to me. I was like, oh, you're playing all the rinks across St. Louis?
Yeah.
That's great. But now that I've gotten a little bit older, I'm like, man, having that one night dedicated to hockey and having that one rink I know I'm driving to, it changed it, and I'm still doing it. I'm still happy to do it. But I see the allure of just sitting, knowing Sunday night is hockey night. So that's just an absolute shame that you guys might be losing that. So if the league, let's just say tomorrow morning, Monday morning, we wake up, you get a phone call, hey, deal with H&A's canceled, we're back, we're good. Does that leave a sour taste in your guys' mouth, or what can they do to make it happen?
Not at all. I would praise the leadership of Brentwood.
Yeah, it's really obviously what Brad did is obviously we're not really happy with him there. But if you just we're not going to sit there and have ill will. You just want to play hockey.
No one makes
hockey at
perfect
Brentwood.
decisions.
Right.
At the end of the day, we're all humans. We all make mistakes. It's the point of being able to say, okay, yes, I'm sorry, guys. I should have went about this a different way.
Right.
I'm going to try and reverse that decision, make sure we do what's right for the city of Brentwood, the people of Brentwood, and the people who play BHL and have been loyal to this city for 20 plus years, myself included.
Like all the captains, we're literally they're worried about money. We're ready to go. They told us tomorrow.
It's not a
hey, we need X amount of money for you guys to run the league. we could probably have it done in a week. Less than that. We're guys are ready to go and keep it going. And that would be very ideal if that happened. I don't think it's going to be that easy.
Right? No, it's not that easy.
I don't think it's going to be that easy. But obviously, getting our point across before the meeting is our main point.
At the very least, delaying the decision to say, okay, guys, maybe we had a knee-jerk reaction. Let's get the input from the people who provided for this city for
your customers.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
People who provided for this city for decades, since the 80s, instead of just immediately cutting you out and not giving you any voice in the decision to say, okay, we'll delay, we can talk with H&A, we can talk with the players of BHL, and we can find an amicable agreement between all sides.
Yeah. Yep.
At least give us a chance to have our say.
Yep. All right, so people who want to support this cause and help you guys out, what can they do? Again, give me the name of the Facebook group, anything else you got.
So we have Save the BHL on Facebook, and it's a public group anybody can join. And then emailing certain people, which is within there, just showing your disagreement with their decision. You have the 3 different people. I forget emails are all on the website. There's Brad Barboa, his boss Eric. I don't know the last name offhand.
That's fine.
And then Bola is Eric's boss. So they're the 3 main people. And I have all the emails within the group on the Save the BHL, just to email them with your unhappiness of ending our league.
Yeah. Anything special that residents of Brentwood can do?
Show up for the meeting and support the people who've supported them for 40 years.
Yeah.
There's a lot of history. Like you said, your captain, Adam Urey, his dad played in the league.
Yep.
We have a father-son duo that plays on another team called Strength Quest. And I played with the father, his name's Chuck. Played with him back in 2003, 2004 in the Advanced League, and I randomly see him, and he's an older guy, still in I think he's 57, still doing it. He's still hanging in with an 18 and over league, and he's got his son, who I'm a goalie, so I can't stand playing against him because he lights me up like a Christmas tree. Every time he's on there, I always know where he's at, but you're taking the father-son thing away from there.
Yeah, I mean, that speaks to the heart of killing local hockey.
I've never had a sport with my dad until recently with golf, and that in fact I've only had that for 2 years, and that's a huge thing that's brought us together. And now it's just something that, again, I got 2 little boys in the background here that are 12, 13 years old. I've known them since they were 8. I hope I can still stay in the league, and they're jumping on my team playing.
Let's hope.
His dad's still playing. The guy that played at 62 still playing.
But that's still, it goes back to all roads lead to the BHL.
Yep, that's true. KVG, he's quite the prophet. Well, gentlemen, I want to thank you again for coming on, and again, please support this cause. if you feel it, especially if you're a Brentwood citizen. Again, thank you guys for coming on, and best of luck with everything going forward.
Appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, of course.
We are always open to speak with the city leaders of Brentwood to try and make a decision that's right for the city and right for the community.
Good to hear.
So I again want to thank Caleb and Joel for coming on, as well as there was a good amount behind us of BHL players that were just kind of hanging out and showing support. So I want to thank all of them for coming too. It was really cool kind of just seeing the whole hockey community coming together. You know, as I said, there's a couple hundred players here that are affected by this. So it was kind of cool just seeing everybody come together, and, you know, these guys, they're all friends, yes, but still, you know, they're all rivals on the rink. And they all came together, and they're all trying to save their league. So glad I was able to provide a voice for them. I have no idea if anything we did here on Let's Go Blues Radio will help, but I hope it does, because they are good people, and I would hate to see hockey end for so many of them. Well, next week, friend of the show, Tom Calhoun, joins us. His game streak is still intact, as he has become a staple in Blues hockey. So he is their RPA guy. He's been there forever, 80s. I can't remember the exact date, but I'm sure he does, because he has a game streak. He's never missed a game, which is just absolutely incredible in that time frame to never miss a game. Think about the winter storms we've had, you know, just illness even, you know, getting the flu. Somehow this man has been able to make it past all of that and still be a staple in Blues hockey every single home game. So excited to have Tom Calhoun come back on the show. Love talking with him, so make sure you check that one out next week. I am off to Estes Park, Colorado for the week. So everyone, I hope you enjoy one of the last weeks of summer. I know kids are going back to school here soon, so yeah, looking forward to a week off. I haven't had one yet really this year, so looking forward to going to Estes Park. If you've never been there, I'm told it's beautiful. I will be sure to report back next week with what we did. A lot of stuff. Whitewater rafting, I'm very excited about. But other things we're doing as well should be fun. Support for Let's Go Blues Radio is brought to you in part by Mike Burgoyne from Rio Brokerage Realty. Email him at mike@strikewithmike.com today for all your home buying and selling needs. That's mike@strikewithmike.com. And by Wolf Power Washing, St. Louis's premier power washing company with the best rates in town. Call Joe Wolf at 314-420-5434 and get the best looking and greatest power washer in the area. That's 314-420-5434. That will do it for the Mike Van Ryn episode of Season 13 of the original St. Louis Blues Hockey Podcast, Let's Go Blues Radio. Thank you so much for tuning in, and have a great week, everyone. For Kirk Price and Bill Day, I'm Jeff Ponder. I will talk with you next week. This was Let's Go Blues Radio. Until next time, everyone, long live the BHL. Let's go Blues.
The Chiefs are at home tonight against Cyanosport at the War Memorial at 8. Good seats are still available. A look at four. I think that went very well.
Thank you for listening to Let's Go Blues Radio. Now take off, hosers.
I want you to have a heart attack and die so that we never have to do this shit again.
Well, there's 90 minutes of your life you'll never get back. Sorry.
St. Louis Blues, St. Louis Blues. Have you heard the news about our St. Louis Blues? They've only just begun, they're on their way to #1. Now there's no more blues for our St. Louis Blues. The Blues are on the ice tonight again. They're rough and tough and got the stuff to win. They'll always get one more, no matter what the score. They are quite a hockey team, my friend.